teachers. They were with me through all the challenges.
Ariel, your success proves that what I'm doing as a teacher has real meaning.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
Education was the key that unlocked all my opportunities.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
I'm Shanola Hampton. Every day, millions of people face hunger. Today, I will share with you some of their experiences. I'm stuck between paying for medications or paying for food. John from Maine. After paying my bills, I can buy groceries. It's sad to say, food comes last. Alice from Oregon. I thought pantries were for less fortunate people, but anybody could be less fortunate in a day or even a second. Claire from Virginia. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. No one should have to worry where their next meal will come from. Together, we can end hunger. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. So, we got giveaways today. We got all kind of stuff today. Black History Month. No, don't call now. If you call now, we'll hang up on you. Be like, we're talking to you. Today is Friday. What? What is that? Bring it here. What is that? It's Friday. Everything's up for grabs. Who does that look like? Denise? Why is that funny? That's cute. That's not funny. That do look like Denise, though. Don't tell her I said that on the radio. Ooh. Wait a minute. Payback is wonderful. Look, YouTube. See? There you go. Right there. Who that look like? Let me see if the phone is still on. Okay. Who that look like? If you're on YouTube, tell me who that looks like. You got it? Okay. All right. So I didn't give the phone. It wasn't my phone, so I'm not getting in trouble. I'm just showing what's going on. It's Friday, y'all. It's day 2 of Black History Month, and we are having a roaring good time because I don't think anybody ever really y'all gonna get in trouble. I'm telling, wait a minute, where's my phone? I'm calling. I'll be like, hey, look what somebody did. This Friday. That's it. I'm going home. We're done. Show, it's 4 in 30 seconds at 5 after 4. I'm going home. It's just one of those days. You ever just had one of those days where you just like, why am I here? Like, what exactly is going on today? It's just like for the life of me, I don't know what's going on today. I had a teammate who tried to call me out by saying I didn't know his name. So then Dylan gets all, because I knew his name, but then I started teasing. See, you don't know my name, but I know your name. That's all right. I'm going to get you back. I think, I think what it is I haven't had a pop-off Friday in a while. It's been Danielle's fault. I haven't had a pop-off Friday in quite a while. What are you looking like that for? It's your fault. Why would I blame myself? I blame her. It's Zach's fault. Like, it's Friday. It's Zach's fault that it's Friday. Like, that's just normal. It's Kyle's fault that we're all here, right? So you get to blame him. So I know it's Black History Month, and I know it's important that we be pro your culture. I think that it's okay for people to be pro their culture, their race, whatever. We still have this thing, though, that when white people are pro-white, we look at that as being Aryan or racist, stuff like that. But then I saw this story that kind of made me think about it. So, pro-Native American activists are fighting to save indigenous traditions all across the country because other people are canceling things for them. And my wonder is, when will that trickle down to the black community? When will that trickle down to people thinking they're smarter than you? People thinking that they know better for you? Like, I went through that in college, right? When I was in grad school. And there was this student who thought I was some stupid black kid who couldn't find a page in a book. She literally reached over and tried to help me. Oh, here, it's over here. And when she did it, she actually wrote in my book. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what are you? I think I might have even said, what are you, an idiot? Like, I don't need help to find a page in a book. Well, from coast to coast wokeness, people are pushing back. Not because of being woke. I think somewhere wokeness took a turn for the worst. So now communities are fighting to reclaim their local heritage after a cancer culture rampage in recent years eviscerated Native American images, nicknames, and tributes at hundreds of schools nationwide. And I would always ask people, I said, did you ask them whether or not they wanted the name changed. We just don't think it should be called the Washington Redskins. But did you ask them? Did you ask them? Like the Native Americans who are there, who are in the community, is that something they want? Instead of you thinking for them, or are you thinking for them? Lisa Davis, a pro-Native American activist in Cedar City, Utah, said, "We're actually fighting an anti-American movement. The people trying to erase Native American culture are the same people trying to remove Thomas Jefferson and bashing American heritage." So Davis and other Cedar City residents formed a grassroots organization, Voices of Iron County Education, after the school board voted to eliminate the high school's traditional Redmen name and logo in 2019. So if the people there want it, she said it's an honor to be called the Redmen. Full-blooded Navajo and a graduate of Cedar City High School, Julia Casus, told them. She said the silversmith said she tells visitors at the family shop, "I'm a Redman through and through." The school's nickname is now, get this, Reds. So what's happening around America where we've decided that other people know what's best for us? Because eventually that's going to seep into black culture. Eventually it's going to seep into them telling us what we can and can't say, can and can't call each other, can and can't do, because they say it's detrimental to us. So for years, people have called each other the quote-unquote N-word. All of a sudden, one person got offended, used it, and got in trouble. Something happened. Now, oh, it's terrible to use a word. But what's next? What's next? Calling somebody, "Hey, dude"? But then now we have pronouns and all that. So at some point, it's going to start getting convoluted. It will seep over to black culture. Mark my words. And then one day, someone will be telling us what we can and can't say about Black History Month, what we can or cannot say when we speak to a person that's black, what we can or cannot say when we speak to each other. Is it okay to be pro-culture? I say yes. But with that, then that would make it okay to be pro-white. Or would you call it pro-Italian or pro-Irish or pro-German, right? We have that already. Either way, when you look at it, no matter how you divide it out and parse through all of this, what I like to call ridiculousness, to not allow somebody to keep their culture because you're uncomfortable with it, not only is it an insult, not only is it insulting, they seem to keep pushing the same outcome, right? Either way, white is right.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 101.7 The Truth. The Milwaukee Panthers take on Horizon League rival the IUPUI Jaguars Sunday at the Klatsche Center.
Pratt at the top to catch. Eric step back three on the way. Got it at the buzzer.
Scott Wars has the coverage Sunday starting at 1:30 on 101.7 The Truth and the Educators Credit Union Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield.
Stewart for three, and he buries it from the right wing. And there is always room for Jell-O.
Tip-off happens at 2 o'clock. This is your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute.
Justice is about receiving what we deserve. Quote Audre Lorde, who said, "There is no such thing as a single issue struggle because we do not live single issue lives." And that said, any freedom, including reproductive freedom, is our human right to decide what is best for our own lives. Reproductive freedom is about having bodily autonomy, which is the same as being able to control what happens to our bodies, including the decision to continue or terminate a pregnancy, rest with the pregnant person at all times and in all circumstances. Because when rights don't apply to all individuals and at all times, they are not rights. They are not rights. And as Black people, our rights are conditional way too often, whether we're talking about during police encounters, quality housing, or, some job opportunity.
This has been your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute on the new 101.7 The Truth.
Are you a Black woman in Milwaukee County who's experienced trauma? You're not alone. The Center for Leadership of African Women's Wellness is here for you. They're a healing circle supporting Black women who have experienced trauma. They believe that you are more than the challenges that you face. Their health equity workshops, drum circles, town halls, and peer support specialists provide support and compassion, helping every woman find the strength to heal. Visit claw.org, that's CLAWW.org. Claw, they believe in the power of healing.
At Associated Bank, they know opportunity can't wait. If you're a female or minority small business owner, their Community Uplift loans could be for you. Loans range from $5,000 to $50,000. Get funds in as little as one business day. Talk to a relationship manager today about a Community Uplift loan and other business banking services. Call 800-270-7725. Visit AssociatedBank.com or stop by your local branch. Because you help build the Midwest and your neighborhoods, they got your back. Associated Bank, your money works here. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
Okay, Fred, so I got some questions.
What's up?
Where should I go if I want to start my own business?
You go to EerieInsurance.com.
Okay, Fred, so where should I go if my kid needs an internship? Or if I need a job, where do I go?
You go to EerieInsurance.com.
Okay, so what if I want to work for a company that believes in diversity, has great benefits, and growth for people like us?
You already know. It's EerieInsurance.com.
Man, so Fred, I just need to go to Erie Insurance?
Go to EerieInsurance.com for all that you need.
It's amazing!
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Oh, yeah. I get around. Still clown when the underground, when we come around. Stronger than ever. Back to get wrecked. All respect to those who break their neck to keep their the check. Cause oh, they sweat a brother majorly. And I don't know why your girl keeps paging me. She tell me that she needs me. Cries when she leaves me.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Hey! We're going to be giving away a prize pack today, so make sure you hang around 4:30 or so. We'll be having Black History Challenge on female inventors. I think it'll be pretty cool, so make sure you check it out. You might win a prize pack, and you're going to win some Concordia Red Elephant Chocolate Valentine truffles, so you might want to. It's a 9-piece. So truffle pack. So you might want to, keep listening, keep hanging out. I ain't got to. I just love it. I just quit. you know how you do stuff and you realize you don't have anything. Like you just have nothing. You just walk. I just walked away. I have 2 computers. One is still open. One is I just give up. I don't even know what's in it. I don't even I had it in my hand and then I put it back in there. Like what am I doing? That's what I'm saying. I took it and then went back in and put it back. I'm done. So we have this book where we put all of our commercials that we read, right? And I took the book with me and then I went back and put the book back. I'm done. It's just one of those days. Just one of them days. No, that's the wrong song. Anyway. Southside Frank, you're on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. How are you?
Couldn't be better. Thank you very much, Dr. Ken.
You couldn't be better?
Couldn't be better. I got some nerve issues flaring up in my leg, but I'm dealing with it, man.
Uh-oh. What's going on?
Well, I told the screener, I heard it. I heard about the awards and the accolades that the station and you and Tori have been given, and I wanted to just call in specifically and just congratulate you on your success. Well, that's a big deal, man. It's not easy to do. I mean, as far as you have to be so polite and delicate with what you say nowadays, you have to thread a needle without getting in trouble. I respect that.
Well, one, thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Number two, where you been? Where you been?
I've been down for a little bit, hurt, man. Injured.
Sorry
Out
to
the
hear
mix,
that.
but I'm back. I'm back. I never stop.
All right, we appreciate that.
Hey, I'll let you go, but hey, that intro you laid down, you said one thing that I could totally get on board with. At the very end, you snuck in and you said, white is right. And my friend, you are right. Holla.
That's funny. Yeah, I just hung up on him. Well, yeah. That's unfortunate. It's we are right, not white is right. But I know you're out there in what's that county over there? Yeah, exactly. I don't really want to know. I don't really care. Hey, Southside Frank. Take another 6 months to call back. There you go. All right. 833-212-1017 is the number. So you remember that Fulton County DA down in Georgia who was accused of having a relationship with the person that she called to do an investigation against Donald Trump? Well, Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis and Nathan Wade, her lead prosecutor on the 2020 election case, who has really no experience being an investigator whatsoever, both acknowledge in court papers that they have a personal relationship but strongly push back on claims that she financially benefited from hiring him. She says that in 2022, he and Willis developed a personal relationship in addition to their professional association and friendship. And Wade denied that his earnings on the case have been shared with or provided to Willis. The district attorney received no funds or personal financial gain from my position. But if he took her to dinner or bought her a gift with that money, so I don't know. It's just the look of impropriety. And you can't scream you're black. It's a look of impropriety. That's all. You got to at least understand that. You got to at least understand that. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Their complaints and everything's going back and forth. And so, yeah. I guess the question is, does anybody really care? 833-212-1017 is the number. Black Conscience is the number. I got to finish my sentences. See the trouble you cause? Black Conscience,
well,
are you there?
Pop off Friday.
Yeah, it is.
Pop off Friday, so you know what that means.
What you got?
So, funny thing that happens that kind of sent me into a really angry spot. So I just recently paid off a credit card, only to find out that I made an overpayment, and now I'm in the, what would I say, the plus with them. But here's my dilemma. I'm over like $20 on this credit card. So when our money sits with them and they owe us, why do we gain interest? Like if we owe them? I find that quite odd. So now that you have $20 of my money sitting in does that $20 grow interest? Like the interest I had to pay on you? I find that very weird.
No. Wait. You know the federal government does that to you too.
Yeah.
When the tax man owes you money, they send you your money back. When you owe the tax man money, they charge you a fee, and they charge you interest.
Yeah, that's correct. But I thought that was very weird, and it just raised a thought. Like, I wonder if anybody ever raised that question.
Yeah, but they don't.
So
really
that was
care.
just my pop. No, they don't. They don't. They actually mad because I paid it off and I gave a little extra. Because as long as you owe them, they can keep taxing you, keep taxing you, keep taxing you.
Yep.
So I guess that's the message of the day. Pay off your credit card bill and then cut it up.
No. You wait, pay as close to it as possible, and then send them only what's due.
Well, no, I'm fully paid off on this. So, I come to find out that I gave it a little extra. So I was just want to do it and then tear it up because, I don't really like owing people.
Yep, that's right.
I don't like owing people. But, hey, live righteous, Dr. Ken. It's Black History Month.
Yes, it is.
For me, it is Black History, period. I don't a question was raised about the morning crew this morning. So I wanted to call in, but I want to say it now. Black History Month can be as big as we want it, or it could be as small as they say it is. But I think it's much more than just a month. We're walking Black history within ourselves.
My question is, why do we keep looking back?
Yeah, so we don't forget where we're going? I don't know.
Well,
that's a good question.
But everybody else is moving forward.
And so we can't look back without moving forward. We can't move forward without looking back, rather.
Well, yeah, you can, but that's just me. I'm just being contrarian.
Don't dwell on that, right?
Right. Don't dwell on it. I heard on Sherwin today when he was making fun of me and mocking me this morning, which he will pay for dearly, by the way.
Well, they hear about that, right? When they make fun of you, they actually.
I love it. It's great. So the inventors that invented all the things that we haven't had any real inventions recently. And I don't know if it was Sherwin that said it or it was one of his guests, somebody that called said it, that we removed STEM from schools. When we segregated, we weren't taught that. So we're so behind on STEM, math, science, because they literally stopped teaching us. And I mean they as in the white school teachers when we had Brown versus the Board of Education of Topeka, Kansas.
Yeah.
The other issue with that was that I saw a video from the mother who was the mother of the plaintiff, who clearly said that her reason for suing was not to put her black child in a white school. The Supreme Court took it and then changed it and made it with, all due deliberate speed. You got to integrate. And they didn't want integration. But what integration did is took away the power black schools had in educating black children. What they did is she said all she wanted was the resources. If you could have given us the books that white kids had, we'd have been fine.
And I totally stand with her on that one because I think that really kind of destroyed our schools and our well-to-do schools for our children and forced us to just deal with whatever we had, which was nothing.
And so the arrogance
I see that point. Well, I see that point she's making.
The arrogance of thinking that if I sit in a class with a white student, I'm going to be smarter is insulting.
Yeah.
But yet that is the assumption. If you go to a predominantly white school, you're going to be smarter. And it's just not true.
Well, they need to change it because now all the funding is going, so it should be not just that, but a well-funded school.
But why do you think they keep pushing? Why do they keep pushing for white schools?
To keep their schools alive and well and,
In the suburbs.
Yep.
In the suburbs. Yep.
Yep.
Unfortunate. All right.
Live righteous, Milwaukee. Love, Dr. Ken.
Yep. Same here. Hey, the award-winning 101.7 The Truth proudly celebrates Black excellence and the most monumental moments in our history. Tune in all month as we celebrate Black History Month. 101.7 The Truth's celebration of Black History Month is sponsored by Tabak Law, Educators Credit Union, Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin, and American Family Insurance.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 1017 The Truth.
What was the life change? You know, we all know it happened and we know things happen and you have bad kidneys, but what was the life change afterwards?
A couple things. Before they even allow you to get on the list, they make you go through a battery of tests. And, you know, a lot of people don't qualify because they're overweight or they have high blood pressure or high cholesterol. So all those things are requirements before you can even get approved to be on the list. So I had...
Wait, you got to be approved to be on the list?
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's interesting. There's a professional athlete or former professional athlete I know right now that has kidney disease and he's on dialysis and he wants to get on the list and he's not accepting all the things you have to do, you know, to get on the list. But yeah, so for me, I spent 30 years in the automobile industry. You know, that's 12, 14-hour days, eating whatever somebody brings you to eat, whatever you run out and grab, McDonald's, whatever. It was never salads and, you know.
Yeah, but that was a choice, right?
It was a choice. Yeah. But I had to change all of that to even qualify to be on the list. I had to get down to the weight I had to be at. I had to get my phosphorus under control, my potassium under control.
Wait a minute, even though somebody said they would give you a kidney,
absolutely,
you had to still make yourself eligible?
Absolutely.
Nah, that's okay.
When I mentioned the athlete, his relative actually died, and they wanted to take his organs, and they couldn't because he wasn't qualified. He wasn't on the list. Wow. Yeah, you have to be.
So there are over 100,000 people on that waiting list. So they are very serious.
And how many donors do we have?
And that's the problem. We don't have nearly enough donors.
Wow.
And that's why it's such a critical need. But they are serious about who they're giving that gift of life to because there are so many people who are literally dying waiting for it.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
My name is Adrienne, and I was hurt in a car accident. What Gruber Law Office has done for me was made me feel safe. It didn't cost me anything, just one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
Are you or anyone you know looking for a job? Direct Connect MKE is a social media style platform that empowers you to grow your social network, find career opportunities, and connect with career specialists for success. Visit joindcmke.com today to learn how you can create a profile, upload your resume, and find access to information about jobs, job training, hiring events, and more. DCMKE is locally focused and equips you to grow your social capital and find opportunities that match your career interests. Visit joindcmke.com today and connect your dream to reality.
The traffic and weather update on the award-winning 1017 The Truth is sponsored by the City of Milwaukee's Direct Connect MKE. Make connections and explore career opportunities by visiting directconnectmke.com. Backups continue westbound on 94, leaving the 20th Street area all the way past Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound side, you're seeing backups from about 68th Street all the way through to about 35th. Northbound 43, a heavy ride from Fond du Lac Avenue to Keith. The southbound side's hitting the brakes right about at North Avenue, and that stretches all the way down through the Marquette. We've also got some delays on 894 westbound heading out towards Loomis. That is going to be slowing you down because of that construction right at the Loomis area. Traffic is brought to you by the Neal Group. They know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net. That's NEAL group.net. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, partly cloudy, patchy fog with a low of 33. Tomorrow, morning fog possible, then mostly sunny and mild with a high of 42. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 1017 The Truth.
This is Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Sneim. The twists and turns of a wild offseason continued on for the Milwaukee Brewers on Thursday night. Corbin Burns, the 2021 Cy Young Award winner for the Crew, was traded away last night to the Baltimore Orioles. In return, the Brewers getting shortstop prospect Joey Ortiz, left-handed reliever DL Hall, and the 34th pick in this year's MLB draft. General Manager Matt Arnold on the trade.
Anytime you trade a guy like Corbin, it's always a difficult decision. The overarching theme here is that we're excited about the players we're getting back.
Brewers pitchers and catchers set to report to Arizona on February 15th. Over to college hoops, where the Wisconsin Badgers, who were once up 19 points, fall to the Huskers in Nebraska in overtime. This one by a final score of 80-72. The loss dropping the 6th-ranked Badgers to 16-5 on their season. And lastly, Packers general manager Brian Gutekunst conducted his end-of-the-season press conference on Thursday afternoon, saying he's excited to build around number 10 in Green Bay for the foreseeable future.
Jordan had a really good season toward the end, especially the second half, and I think we're really excited to build around him.
This sports update is brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
Do you know your Black history? We are about to find out with the Black Inventors Challenge on Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. Call now at 833-212-1017 for your chance to play and win a Black History Month prize pack. The Black Inventors Challenge on the award-winning 1017 The Truth is sponsored by Tayback Law, Educators Credit Union, Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin, and American Family Insurance.
Is it Wisconsin or Wisconsin? 833-212-1017 is the number. I'm going to load up about 5 callers, and I'm going to ask the first one a question. If they don't get it, I'm going to just move to the next one because you need to be on the line first. I'm not going to tell you the names. I'm not going to tell you the choices. 833-212-1017 is the number. You will win a prize pack, Black History prize pack, and a 9-piece Valentine's Day truffles from Concordia Red Elephant Chocolate. So, if you want to win, prize pack. If you want to win, 833-212-1017 is the number. What? 833-212-1017 is the number. If you want to be a contestant, Black History Inventors Challenge, 833-212-1017 is the number. So, let me take care of this right quick. I can't dance to the music. Just waiting for the calls to come in. 833-212-1017. Black History Inventors Challenge. I got all women, by the way, just so you know. I got all women. So I got 2 callers hanging on, and what I will do is go to Jory. How are you?
Okay, and you?
All right. You ready to go?
Yeah, I don't even know what I'm signed up for. I just cut the radio back on. I was taking a break from driving, so.
All right. So,
what's going on?
Well, you're the inaugural guinea pig. How's that?
Okay, I'll be it.
All right. Ironically, it's for women, so I think you'll love it. All right. We're talking about
sounds good.
Black History female inventors, right?
Yes.
All right. So you'll get it. So you will get to choose who the person is. So she wanted to develop a way to heat an entire home more efficiently than a wood-burning fireplace. Her 1919 patent became the precursor for the central HVAC system we now use today. Her name is Wanda H. Parker, Alice H. Parker, Lydia H. Parker, or Anita H. Parker. You have 4 seconds. 1.
Alice H. Parker.
Alice H. Parker. I think she Googled that. She probably Googled.
No, I didn't. I picked the right one.
She Googled that. That's Alice H. Parker.
The right one.
So what she wanted to do is she was living in, of course, homes that were heated by wood stoves. And so if you aren't near the wood stove, you can't get warm. So what she created was what then became what we use in modern buildings today, HVAC.
Okay. Wow.
Heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. She created the central system for that. So congratulations, our winner.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right. What's your first name?
It's Jory. Jory, like Corey Jory.
Right. Okay. I don't want you to say your last name because then people be trying to hit you up for your prize pack.
No, I'm just telling you how to pronounce it. Because
Okay.
some people say it wrong. So I just say, instead of saying Corey, say Jory.
Are you going to share your prize pack?
With friend, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you back in about a week, and we're gonna see what you did. All right, Alice.
Okay.
Alice H. Parker is the winner. Thank you so much, Jory. We appreciate it. She's the winner of our first Female Inventors Challenge. So every Friday around 4:30, you might just want to start calling in after, like when you hear me go to break. Just, start calling in so you can get it. Because I got 3 more women who have revolutionized America with their inventions. And I just thought it'd be cool to use women this time. We always use guys. Tired of guys always winning stuff, right? Even though women only make up 7% of the workforce. Did you know that? Women only make up 7% of the workforce. Interesting. Black-owned business Give Back is back. We've teamed up with the Associated Bank to help local black businesses grow and succeed together. The home of Milwaukee Black Talk will be giving away $6,000 worth of free commercial advertising for 3 months to 5 black businesses each quarter in 2024. So to sign up for this incredible marketing opportunity, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure right here on The Truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank, member FDIC. Want to say congratulations to Jory. She's our first winner of our Black History Prize Pack and a 9-piece Valentine chocolate truffles from Concordia Red Elephant Chocolate. So, all right. That's pretty cool. And what did she win? Why did she win? She guessed properly. The woman who developed a way to heat an entire home more efficiently than a wood-burning fireplace. Patented in 1919, it became the precursor for the central HVAC systems in modern buildings, probably in your house and apartment building that you use today. So, a black woman, Alice H. Parker. Alice H. Parker. So I think that's pretty cool. That's what I'm saying. 8332, where's my All right. So when we come back, I'm going to be talking about something that part of Act 12 and part of all the things that are happening in the state with the new tax and getting the 2% tax for the city of Milwaukee, the 0.7 or 9% tax for the county. So we'll be taking a look at that, and we'll look at the outcome. And I got a little bit of a twist on it. There's some things that came along with that particular request. And if it didn't fly, then I really don't know what would happen. Maybe they'll take the money back, or they won't get the tax, or I don't know. But something not unique, but important happened today here in the city of Milwaukee. 833-212-1017 is the number. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris.
More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Calling all black-owned business and entrepreneurs. The award-winning 1017 The Truth and Associated Bank have teamed up for our Black Business Give Back. Go to blackbusinessgiveback.com for your chance to sign up to receive 3 months of free advertising on The Truth, valued at $6,000. It is that easy. Grow your business today by signing up for our Black-owned business Give Back. For official contest rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com, member FDIC.
Milwaukee's favorite station.
Please, Lisa, please, for the love of Jehovah, don't kick me or anybody with a prosthetic leg. Please. Why do I even gotta say please? Because what if you kick me and it falls off? I ain't gonna pick it up. You try to kick me. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna hit you with your own leg. I'll teach you a lesson.
Coming with straight truth.
And you know what? If you want to make it about race, I need you to hold your black men accountable. Don't let these black men get away with anything. Because what does that say about you? Because if you're going to be that person who's not going to hold your own people accountable, we have nothing to talk about. I'm sorry, that's a real old school mentality, my guy.
Tune in to all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows all day, every day by downloading the Truth app.
We got to get back into common courtesy.
It's about the family structure.
Right. It is.
Our extended family, we are all family in Milwaukee. Come on now.
Watch all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows by subscribing to 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
The lives of almost all Americans have been affected by the Social Security Act since it was signed into law on August 14, 1935. For those unable to work due to health problems, there are two main types of disability benefits paid by the Social Security Administration: Social Security Disability Insurance, also called SSDI, and Supplemental Security Income, also known as SSI. I'm attorney Lauren Zwerlein from Tabak Law, and we offer free consultations to everyone. Call Tabak for the payback. TabakAttorneys.com.
Attention entrepreneurs, join Meyer and Greater Milwaukee Urban League for a chance to find out how to get your products on retail shelves. The Roadmap to Retail program is a day of education, information, and collaboration especially geared towards Black, Hispanic, Asian, LGBT, veteran, and disabled entrepreneurs. So if you're an entrepreneur and you want to learn how to get your products on retail shelves, be sure to join the Greater Milwaukee Urban League on Monday, February 19th at their Equal Opportunity Day. For details, visit tmul.org. That's tmul.org. When it comes to getting the smile of your dreams, you can't just trust anyone. So look no further than Bubon Orthodontics. Bubon Orthodontics is Wisconsin's #1 Invisalign provider and has been providing the best value for braces and Invisalign since 1993. With 15 convenient locations, you're sure to find one in your area. Schedule your free consultation today. Call or text 262-522-7447 or visit bubonortho.com. Bubon Orthodontics, a family treating families.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Sunshine. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 1017 The Truth is a proud home of Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference basketball. Tonight we have a battle for first place in the City Conference Gold Division. Carmen Northwest Eagles host the Milwaukee Hamilton Wildcats. Pregame is at 6:30. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. Again, that's Carmen Northwest Eagles versus the Milwaukee Hamilton Wildcats for the City Conference Game of the Week on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Sponsored by Milwaukee Public Schools. Presented by Gruber Law Offices. Also, it's the end of the week, but it's still big week for First Stage. Truth Nation, the best-selling book, The Percy Jackson series, comes alive on stage as the Marcus Performing Arts Center premieres The Lightning Thief, the Percy Jackson musical. When Zeus's master lightning bolt is stolen, Percy Jackson makes it his mission to find and return the bolt to prevent a war between the gods. This world-famous series has now been turned into a play, and it runs February 3rd. That's tomorrow through March 10th. Get your tickets now if you want to see The Lightning Thief, a Percy Jackson musical, by visiting firststage.org. Then I won't stop you. Make sure you check it out. Firststage.org. Make sure you get tickets. It's here till March 10th. I think you'll have a great time checking it out. I think I might go. Anybody want to go? I don't want to go? All right, I'll go by myself. Forget y'all. Go by myself. So there. 833-212-1017 is the number. So, I don't know whether or not I should just, I think I'll just play it and then let y'all hear really what's going on.
Of new police officers tonight. Graduation was held at the Milwaukee Police Academy. Dozens of recruits were sworn in to pave the way at the Milwaukee Police Department. Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson spoke, providing words of encouragement to the force's newest officers.
You've proven yourself through rigorous selection and training and being the best of the best. So I encourage all of you to think about the enthusiasm and the sense of accomplishment that you feel here today.
So we have 41 new law enforcement officers that are now going to field training, and eventually, should they pass it, will become past field training. Should they get through field training, will now be law enforcement officers in the city of Milwaukee. So my question to you, right? Because that is only 41, and they have to hire a very specific number in order to be in line with what the agreement is with the state of Wisconsin and Robin Vos, right? They got to hire so many police officers. And I remember, right? I remember there was a time where you couldn't, under the consent decree, you couldn't have less than 60 police officers. You had to. Now we have 41. So the same energy it takes to do 40 or even 2 classes of police officers at the same time, you can do it like almost at the same time, right? 41. That's not a lot. So what's really needed is people should consider law enforcement as a profession, as a career. That's something that's going to be needed here in the city of Milwaukee, because if not, then we'll lose access to the 2% sales tax. We'll lose access to a lot of things in the city and the county because we didn't live up to our end of the bargain in terms of hiring. So it might be a little tough to become a police officer. In the end, well, personally, I think it's a worthwhile career because I retired from it. But I think it's something that I think it's something you should consider. You know, if you want to go to the city website and sign up and consider being, I've got 1 or 2 of my former police officers I used to supervise there. Salary is $63,500 to $84,700 upon graduation from the academy. You get benefits while you're in the academy, right? Medical, dental, vision, paid vacation, sick days. So text police officer to 414-519-6190 for text updates. Or you can go to the City of Milwaukee, city.milwaukee.gov/FBC/jobs. So go find a job where you can make $80,000 a year plus overtime. You know what I'm saying? I know some people don't like the police. I know they don't think. They're a necessary evil. And so the weird thing about it is when you start as a recruit, your starting pay is $47,673.69. When you graduate, it increases to $63,000. Think about that. You get almost a $20,000 raise for doing something that they're training you to do and paying you for it. So just something to think about. I still not liking the whole education textbook reimbursement of a whole $1,500 a year. I don't even that get you one class. You couldn't buy one class with that. That's almost embarrassing to put in there. Yep. So We'll see. We'll see. I think it'll be a good thing. Keep your eye on them. Make sure when you get pulled over, turn your phone on and record it, even if it's audio. Make sure everything's done by the book and above board, and I think it'll be great. I think sometimes we forget that we just want to be safe. Not feel safe, but actually be safe. And in order to do that, we're going to have to, I think, soften some of our liberties. We're going to have to recognize that in order to get one thing, you have to give up something else. And that's going to be tough for some people. That's why we have a proliferation of guns, because most people in the suburbs, they're not killing themselves or each other, so they don't really care whether or not guns. They'll always staunchly fight for their right to keep and bear arms because they're not using them in the incorrect way. And as long as we keep using them in the incorrect way, we'll never approach what they have. Personally, I think that's I'm just a little suspect. I kind of think that some of that might be on purpose. I think if we were shooting up suburban schools, it would be a different conversation. But, I think that if there were people in the black community shooting up schools, it'd be a different conversation. I mean, we talk about everything's done for the kids, but then we really don't do anything for the kids. And that speaks pretty loudly. Pretty loud. 833-212-1017 is the number. When we come back eventually, we will. Should I squeeze them in? Yes or no? Okay. Al, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. You literally have a minute.
Only thing I was going to say, if black people have started buying AR-15s and 50 calibers BMG, they'll change them gun laws real quick. And that's all I'm going to say. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, sir. I heard a woman this morning say, I like when Al calls. I mean, we don't know if he's right, but I think we should challenge it. I think if more law-abiding people bought AR-15s and Benelli shotguns, it might be a different conversation. I remember going to one of the gun places around here years ago. Two things happened. I tried to go in, and they wouldn't buzz me in. Yeah, can we help you? I'm like, do you stop everybody at a door when they step up to buzz in? The people before me got buzzed right in, and you never thought anything. I walked to the door. Well, can I help you? Yeah, you sell to the public, don't you? Like, really? Yeah. And then there was this other place where the police car would park down the road and run everybody's plate and force them to drive in front of them and then write them. And then I had one of my white counterparts complain and say, "Oh, you're just paranoid." And he had to come back and apologize to me because he realized that I was actually telling the truth. But I guess we have to chalk it up to the subtle bigotry of low expectation. It's either that or like they're stupid. The award-winning 1017 The Truth proudly celebrates Black excellence and the most monumental moments in our history. Our celebration of Black History Month is sponsored by Tayback Law, Educators Credit Union, and American Family Insurance.
It's your boy, Tory Lowe from The Tory Lowe Show. Tap in for that action. Listen to The Truth all day, every day by downloading The Truth app or stream on Spotify, TuneIn, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Stitcher. Milwaukee Black Talk 1017 The Truth.
It's big week for First Stage. Truth Nation, the best-selling Percy Jackson series, is about to come alive on stage. The Lightning Thief, the Percy Jackson musical, will be showing at the Marcus Performing Arts Center in Milwaukee. When Zeus's master lightning bolt is stolen and Percy becomes his prime suspect, he has to find and return the bolt to prove his innocence and prevent a war between the gods. This entertaining play runs from February 3rd to March 10th. Don't miss The Lightning Thief, a Percy Jackson musical, by visiting firststage.org.
988 Wisconsin Lifeline. How can I help you?
Share hope, find purpose when you become a 988 Wisconsin Lifeline counselor. The 988 Wisconsin Lifeline provides free and confidential support to anyone experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis. Staffed by Family Services, 988 has experienced tremendous growth, and more statewide counselors are needed to answer calls, texts, and chats to the Lifeline. If you want to share hope and find purpose in your next job, apply now. You can work remotely from anywhere in Wisconsin. Training is provided and flexible hours are available. 988 Wisconsin Lifeline counselors enjoy competitive compensation and benefits packages. Most importantly, you can share hope and find purpose when you become a 988 Wisconsin Lifeline counselor. Apply today at 988lifelinecounselor.org. Family Services is an equal opportunity employer.
Paid for by grants from SAMHSA and the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
I'm Shanola Hampton. Every day, millions of people face hunger. Today, I will share with you some of their experiences. I'm stuck between paying for medications or paying for food. John from Maine. After paying my bills, I can buy groceries. It's sad to say, food comes last. Alice from Oregon. I thought pantries were for less fortunate people. But anybody could be less fortunate in a day or even a second. Claire from Virginia. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. No one should have to worry where their next meal will come from. Together, we can end hunger. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and the Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Hey, remember, you can join us here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth as we stream live on YouTube and X at 1017 The Truth. So make sure you check it out. All right? Okay. All right. Right now, let's keep going.
Number 5.
So, as we go. Heard something the other day that I thought was interesting, but I didn't hear it until after they reinstated it, and I thought, well, why'd you stop it? Well, JS Online reports from Waupun Correctional Institution, which has been on lockdown for 10 months, is lifting its restriction on showers as part of a wider easing of lockdown measures at prisons, the Department of Corrections said a couple of days ago. So, advocates for people incarcerated at Waupun and Green Bay prisons say there have been few substantive changes since Governor Tony Evers and DOC Secretary Kevin Carr announced in November plans to begin lifting restrictions. Waupun Correctional Institution went on lockdown, or what DOC refers to as a period of modified movement, last March. Green Bay Correctional went on lockdown in June. Waupun prisons are allowed to suspend standards required by law, except those related to use of force, firearms, and incapacitating agents, if there is an emergency or disturbance that prevents the normal functioning of the institution, according to state law. Under the lockdown, the Waupun prison has not had to provide prisoners 2 bathing periods per week, as is normally required under state law. Kevin Huffman, the DOC's Deputy Director of Communications, said in the email the restrictions at both prisons were put in place after multiple instances of assaultive behavior by prisoners towards staff and other prisoners. And to justify the 8 to 10 months of lockdown restrictions since then, the DOC has cited staffing shortages. I don't know. I don't know if I want to go to work somewhere where prisoners take a shower once a week. I mean, would you? I don't think so.
Number 4.
Charlotte Morris of Milwaukee was driving home the evening of January 15th. You know where I'm going. When she noticed a figure slumped over on a nearby sidewalk in sub-zero temperatures, and it looked like a body. So the 32-year-old turned onto West Congress Street, slowed to a stop, reversed her car to get a better look, and there on the corner of 76 was a woman lying in the snow. Yes, it was the same Jolene Waldriff, 49-year-old mother of 2 from South Milwaukee, and she was not breathing. And it was ironic because when I watched the video and they played back the call, all the comes, well, is she breathing? Is she something to that effect? And I'm like, well, how would she know? She's a layman. Unless she's a nurse or a medical provider. How, like, really? Anyway, only minutes after a private ambulance crew sent to help drove past, apparently not seeing her. They drove through the intersection twice before notifying dispatch, which tried to call her back and leaving. Officials with the private ambulance company, Curtis Ambulance, would later blame snowbanks and electrical box and the darkness at dusk for not seeing her. Morris, who saw Woodruff from the road minutes later, was not buying it. She said it was not hard for anybody to see her. By the time Morris found her, it was too late. Woodruff died. So how was she able to see? How was she able to see this woman? And the EMTs, who are sitting higher, couldn't. Morris said in an interview that Woodruff was clearly visible and that the snowbanks between her and the road were not even close to a foot high. And you can see in the video, as she's driving, she stops and she sees something, and then she turns a corner and pulls over, and then she backs up, and then she gets out the car. So if she could see that, Yeah. I don't care what anybody says. I've made my decision about certain things in the city of Milwaukee.
Number 3.
This from Fox 6 Milwaukee. Or should I say fox6now.com. From Brookfield, police need the public's help to identify 3 women suspected of beating up 2 other women at the Brookfield Metro Mart on Sunday, January 14th. So officials say around 3:30 p.m. on that Sunday, there was a dispute between the 3 women pictured on the website and 2 other women in the butcher section. Now, if you're going to mess with somebody in the sock section. Mess with somebody in the egg section, right? Not the butcher section where they got knives. Anyway, after there was a dispute. The 2 women were battered, and the suspects left the store, fled the area. It's unknown if the subjects fled by a vehicle or bus, and they're asking if anybody knows anything. Or if you think you can identify the suspects, call the Brookfield Police Department at 262-787-3702 or call Crime Stoppers, Waukesha County Crime Stoppers. So, what was the beef about? That's what I want to know. And that could have gone horribly wrong, being in the butcher section. That's just me, being in the butcher section, and somebody could have just simply made one decision, and it went south.
Number 2.
So a Milwaukee man and his French bulldog were walking down the street when the French bulldog was stolen at gunpoint, and he received a ransom call 2 weeks later. I'm sorry. It's so unfortunate. It's tragic, said Dewan Staten. The Staten said family time hasn't been the same since his dog Rascal was stolen. My kids, they're heartbroken because that was their friend, a member of our family. Staten said he let his younger cousin dog sit last month, and about 2 weeks ago he got a call that Rascal had been stolen near 58th and Villard. He said that his girlfriend was walking the dog and 2 guys jumped out of a car, maybe a Malibu or something, held her up at gunpoint and demanded the dog. So Staten runs an organization called Ink Ready Bulls, which trains dogs and connects them with children. So he said that makes Rascal even more special. That dog is not just a dog or breed or sell or look pretty for somebody. That dog is changing children's lives. He's been working with a few autistic children, kind of like therapy sessions. Staten says he just wants his dog back. No questions. He said if you see the dog, call him or contact. Now, if somebody stole your dog, would you say, hey, just give the dog back and we'll be okay? No. I would not. I would probably be pretty miffed, pretty upset, pretty mad, and, well, we'll go from there.
Number 1.
The Wisconsin Supreme Court has about a month left to put in place new legislative maps. That's part of a lawsuit challenging the constitutionality of the current Republican-drawn maps, a process that is drawing heavy political fire. So yesterday, 2 court-appointed redistricting consultants effectively ruled out the only proposals from Republicans, suggesting the court will consider plans submitted by Democrats or university professors. This is shocking, as part of their work to draft new maps to replace the boundaries that the court ruled in December to be unconstitutional. So they worked the entire time, but now they're unconstitutional. And then you'll get the Democratic ones in, and then we'll get a conservative court, and then those will be considered unconstitutional. Sounds like a circle. The analysis by Bernard Groffman of the University of California, Irvine, and Jonathan Carvis of Carnegie Mellon Institute is being blasted by Republicans, signaling the already fierce fight over power in the state legislature will get even more heated. Rick Eisenberg, president and chief counsel of the conservative Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty, which submitted a proposal to the court, said the consultants were acting within a fog of faux sophistication. And the state GOP described the consultants' work as a brazen hack job by left-wing partisan actors. I'm pretty sure that is exactly what they are. And if the Republicans were doing the same thing, they would be a brazen hack job by right-wing partisan actors. So are we missing anything? The next time something changes and the next time somebody votes, we'll end up with the exact same thing. And we'll end up with maps that are for conservatives, and then the other day it'll be. So it's pretty much the same stuff. It goes on and on and on and on and on and on. On and on. 833-212-1017 is the number. When we come back, talking text line, your calls, and more.
The Milwaukee Panthers take on Horizon League rival, the IUPUI Jaguars, Sunday at the Klatsche Center.
Pratt at the top to catch. Eric, step back three on the way. Got it at the buzzer.
Scott Wars has the coverage Sunday starting at 1:30 on 101.7 The Truth and the Educators Credit Union Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield.
Stewart for three, and he buries it from the right wing. And there is always room for Jell-O.
Tip-off happens at 2 o'clock.
The moment you've been waiting for is here. Eagle Sports Range is officially open for action. It's Wisconsin's largest indoor range, offering unlimited range time in 40 lanes, which include 20 20-yard lanes and 20 50-yard lanes. And no reservations needed. Just show up and let the fun begin. With a staggering selection of 100 firearm rentals to use, every visit is a new adventure. Eagle Sports Range is also a go-to for education. Take advantage of their concealed carry classes and gun safety courses. Safety first, excitement second. Visit them out in Cudahy or online at eaglesportsrange.com. Eagle Sports Range, where education meets exhilaration.
From my family and myself, I would like to say thank you to Gruber Law Offices for taking such good care of us.
I would say thank you because you were so human and so much of a friend during the whole process.
I'm super grateful for them representing me and doing all that they did for me.
I would just say thank you for making me feel better.
That's why I'm here, to say thank you, thank you, thank you.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
At Associated Bank, they know opportunity can't wait. If you're a female or minority small business owner, their community uplift loans could be for you. Loans range from $5,000 to $50,000. Get funds in as little as one business day. Talk to a relationship manager today about a community uplift loan and other business banking services. Call 800-270-7725. Visit AssociatedBank.com or stop by your local branch. Because you help build the Midwest and your neighborhoods, they got your back. Associated Bank, your money works here. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
This monumental moment in Black history is sponsored by Tayback Law, Educators Credit Union, and American Family Insurance.
Noted corporate lawyer and civic leader John Wyndham Daniels Jr. was the second oldest of 8 children in his family, born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He graduated from North Central College and received a National Science Foundation Fellowship, was a Ford Foundation Fellow, and completed his MS degree before going on to receive his JD from Harvard University. A partner with the full-service law firm Quarles & Brady, John rose to the position of chairman and managing partner and now is chairman emeritus. He was listed as one of the best lawyers in America by Real Estate Law and serves on the board of directors of a number of corporations and nonprofits. Corporate lawyer, civic leader, and a proud member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, we salute Attorney John W. Daniels Jr.
Listen to 101.7 The Truth all month long as we celebrate Black History Month. This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Let me see if I can find this. So I was a little bummed today. I'm depressed today. I'm a little taken aback today. You know why? Carl Weathers died. You know who Carl Weathers is? Starred as Apollo Creed in the first 4 Rocky films opposite Sylvester Stallone. Died Thursday. His manager, Matt Luber, confirmed. He was 76 years old. Starred in 1987's Predator and had a memorable role in Adam Sandler's Happy Gilmore. Nominated for a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Guest Actor in a Drama Series for his work in Star Wars series, The Mandalorian. Anybody watch The Mandalorian, by the way? No? I like it. It's pretty cool. And so he voiced Combat Carl in Toy Story 4. Played a fictionalized version of himself in a recurring role on Arrested Development and did like Chicago Justice, The Shield, Colony, Street Justice, Brothers, was in Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Death Hunt, and The Comebacks. So, yeah. I'm depressed now, but I'll get over it. 833-212-1017 is the number. George, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Good evening. I wanted to offer a response to a question that you asked a caller early in an earlier conversation. I can't remember the meat of the conversation, but the question you asked, and I wasn't sure if it was rhetorical, is why do we look back? I don't know if you remember saying that in an earlier conversation.
Yes, I do.
I guess my response to that would be is because history always repeats itself.
Always?
When doesn't it?
Well, I'm just asking you to prove what you said. Give me an example of when history repeated itself.
Wars. The names of the players change, but the situational aspects to those wars remain the same, especially if you're talking regional.
Okay, so how do you move forward if you're constantly looking back?
That's a $1,000 question.
That's all? $1,000? Not a $64 million question? $1,000? That's all I get?
For right now, Friday evening, yes.
That's everybody's Friday.
That's all I got.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll have to give that some thought. Thanks for calling. 833-212-1017 is the number. So if we keep looking back, right, it's like driving a car constantly looking in the rearview mirror. But then I heard a great thing, and I read it online, I think, or heard somebody say it. There's a reason why the rearview mirror is not as big as your windshield. That's how important it is. That's why it's small. So your windshield is big because what's important to you is what's in front of you. But somehow we forget that and we constantly look back, if but to remember the pattern. Now, I'm in total agreement with George. The pattern is important, right? Those same things that led to World War I led to World War II, right? The same things that led to Vietnam led to Ukraine. Right? I'm just using it as examples, not necessarily, tit for tat. But remember that. We have to remember the past, but don't dwell in it so long. Right? But then, talking about Sherwin Show earlier, that's why we don't have many people who've invented many things throughout the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, is because they removed all those things from black schools. From most public schools. They removed the ability to take science, technology, engineering, and math. It became, you're acting smart. All those things that we drug people for being smart. And I think it's unfortunate because Now we're starting to reintegrate those things back into schools. And I think it just might be too late. 833-212-1017 is the number. Sandra, you are on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Hi, Dr. Ken.
Hey, how are you?
I'm just fine. How are you?
Good.
Okay. Well, I'm listening to the conversation. And, well, I was listening for a while. But when you say looking back, what do you mean?
I mean, always, not always. Let me remove that. Remove always and never. Constantly looking at things that were done to us in the past and using the phrase, if you don't remember the past, you're doomed to repeat it. I get that part. Mm-hmm. But at what point do we move away from that? Do we move forward from that? And I'm not saying do it. I'm just asking the question. Do we move forward so that we can start to see the world in a different place? Not forget it, but just start moving forward and doing those things we talk about doing and completing those things.
Well, I guess when we get together and get in little meetings like they do.
But why do we have to get together?
Because this is where you pass on the knowledge. And you got to get them in the schools. You got to pass the knowledge because, for a while, black folks, that's back in the past. Now, I know my grandparents, these are my great-grandparents, they had to open up a school in the country themselves at a little bitty house.
Right.
So, a lot started from us not being able to get educated right away, and then they got the white people left them. And so it's going to take them. And then we got all of this systemic stuff where they gutted out the expressway. They put up the signs to move the white people out. And I remember that. I remember seeing it all. I'm 74. Yep. And I remember that where they started easing them out, building up the expressway, easing them out. And then they started attacking the schools, like you said, taking the stuff out of the schools and stuff. They started eliminating our parks. We had parks over here galore. They started eliminating all of that. So it was silently, systemically done. And when you go back, and you got to look at the history. You got to. So we'll stop pouncing. We got to now we pounce on each other.
But I didn't say don't look at the history. I said don't dwell in it all the time where you miss your future, because that's what we're doing. We're missing our future.
Well, I don't hear nobody dwell, especially here, because you ain't got nobody to dwell on. All you got is empty houses. I talk to empty houses. So where do you hear it? On the radio?
I hear it on the radio. I hear it in groups. I hear it with friends constantly. Whenever Black History Month pops up, do we ever think about we're going to spend Black History Month to look at the future?
Well,
do we look at Black History Month as a time to create history? Which means you have to move forward. Everything that becomes history 20 years from now, you're going to do today.
But I think even if we try to do it, it's always something they don't like. They want to push us back.
Who cares? Who cares?
So like
why should that stop you from doing it?
No, it shouldn't, but we got all the crime stuff. Now they focus on the crime. They focus on the stuff that really they created. They created the crime. They created the guns, thoughts and prayers, and all of this stuff.
Well,
now
we can say that, Sandra. We can say that.
Now.
But if somebody chooses to pick up a gun and use it, that's on them. How can we blame the person that created the gun any more so that we? No, we always use the children as an excuse.
You never know somebody gonna cut up.
No, we use that. No.
Yeah,
you should raise your kids better.
Yeah.
You should raise
your
kids better.
Everybody texts me. I'm gonna tell you what they say. Be safe. Be safe. I never got texts like that. A text like that all the time.
Right.
Be safe. Stay safe. Da 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 da. Because everybody's scared.
But they're scared of people who are making intentional choices to do things. Nobody's holding them at gunpoint to make them do it. They're doing it themselves.
They're doing it, but we do have ways to counteract it. I'm going to tell you.
How?
You go out in the suburbs,
How?
You don't see that.
I'm not talking about the suburbs. I don't care about the suburbs. I'm talking about the city.
Where they are located where they can be safe. But you got to be safe, Dr. King. There's no way nobody can tell me that these people here that's down here getting on the bus, going to work, some of them don't have cars, they can't get out. where the jobs moved out.
Right.
And they want to be safe. You know, and
Absolutely.
that's why they're speaking of the cars that's driving crazy.
Well, then
driving
how do you change it? How do you stop it, Sandra?
Hey, we get in our back of the room and we calculate like they calculate.
That's not an answer. How do we stop it?
Yes, it is. We got to get together. They get in the church stuff.
Getting together isn't going to stop somebody else's kid from shooting somebody or driving reckless and hitting somebody.
We have to be active, and we got to get after the politicians because they live good.
Stop blaming everybody else for actions that one individual is doing.
I'm blaming. We have to have the money to do the job.
No, we don't.
We don't need all of this stuff in the way to tell us we can't do this.
Be responsible for your child.
To put money in to fix up your city, you can't do nothing.
You got to be responsible for your child.
But if you got a mass incarceration of the father in jail,
come on.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You start looking at the statistics. Yeah, you got more black folks in jail and more black people in jail in America.
Okay.
5% in America, but you got the most of 25% in jail.
No, we don't use percentages. Give me actual numbers.
Any country. You take the numbers now.
But we're the number one country in the world. You got to admit that.
Yeah.
So when comes,
China got more people than we do.
Nobody cares if China has more people. That don't make them better. They just have more people.
They should be committing more crime, if anything. I think if you got more people, you should have more crime.
Do you understand what a communist country does to people who commit crimes?
Yeah, I know they kill them.
Right. So that's why they don't have crime.
They pretty much they put them in the nasty jails. I've been looking at their jail.
Yeah, but we got men that are not in jail. We have families that don't have families in jail, and we got to at some point. While I understand that it's a negative and it's caused a rapid decay of the black community, I'm not using the word systemic because I don't believe in that.
I'm going to use it.
Well, I'm not.
That's the way
I'm
I
not.
see it.
So the point I'm trying to make is this. At some point, there has to be some level of accountability. There has to be the individual who is held accountable for what they did. And we don't.
Well, they hold them accountable.
No, they don't.
They go to the judge and they go to prison.
Not everybody.
And look, I'm going to tell you one more thing. I'm going to get off this phone.
She sounds like she mad now. She mad now.
No, I ain't mad. I'm still just reading this paper, and I'm looking at all the white-collar crime, and I'm looking at this one guy over in Chicago. He done embezzled so much money out of a bank, he shut the bank down. And now he's on trial right now, if you pick up a tribute. I'm sitting here saying, now you see more white-collar crime where they're stealing, and they don't kill, but they're just stealing enough to probably just wreck up your life, because if you're stealing, from the bank and stuff. But these people, I see more white-collar crime, and nothing gets done, nothing gets said.
That's true.
But you deplete a neighborhood out of everything, basically. You can't get nothing down here. The roads are raggedy. You get the cheap people to put the cheap tire on the side. That's the way I feel. I'm not mad. I'm just telling you what I see and what's happening, because I live here.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm not mad, Dr. Kidd. I'm not mad at all. But have a nice weekend, and Rhea too.
All right, take care.
Okay, then you too. Bye-bye.
Right. Bye-bye. 833-212-1017 is the number. Traffic, sports, and weather up next.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 101.7 The Truth. Here is Denise Thomas with her truth.
Abundance, prosperity. Those are just two words to describe what I want to experience in this thing called life. I am committed to winning and helping others win. And what I'm realizing as part of that journey of abundance, success, and increase, I'm going to have to get more complete with using the word no. There is power in saying and using the word no. And what's even more incredible about the word is that it's universal. No matter where I am in this world, everyone understands the meaning of no. And the importance of saying no is not about rejecting others. It's not about creating barriers between you and someone else. It's more about making sure that as part of our self-care and building our wealth and our abundance, that we are able to say no to things, people, or places that are not part of that journey. There's been an amplified focus in our community regarding our mental health and our self-care and just valuing ourselves more. And a lot of us associate the word yes with being perceived as someone who is supportive. I want to challenge you as well as myself to continue to embrace your focus on mental health, continuing to embrace your focus on self-care. And in addition to that, ignite your ability as part of your self-care to demonstrate confidence and strength by setting boundaries and simply using your power of using and saying the word no.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 101.7 The Truth. Listen to The Truth Be Told with DT and Telly weekdays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Are you or anyone you know looking for a job? Direct Connect MKE is a social media style platform that empowers you to grow your social network, find career opportunities, and connect with career specialists for success. Visit joindcmke.com today to learn how you can create a profile, upload your resume, and find access to information about jobs, job training, hiring events, and more. DCMKE is locally focused and equips you to grow your social capital and find opportunities that match your career interests. Visit joindcmke.com today and connect your dream to reality.
The traffic and weather update on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth is sponsored by the City of Milwaukee's Direct Connect MKE. Make connections and explore career opportunities by visiting directconnectmke.com. Southbound 894, we've got some backups coming in from Greenfield all the way down past Beloit Road, so be careful with that. Eastbound 94, a little heavy from 76th Street all the way through the Stadium interchange to about 27th. Southbound on 43, clean as a whistle right now, all the way down into the Marquette. Northbound's a little bit heavy from North Avenue all the way up past Keith. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, partly cloudy skies, patchy fog with a low of 33. Tomorrow, morning fog possible, mostly sunny otherwise, and mild with a high of 42. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This is Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Sneim. The twists and turns of a wild offseason continued on for the Milwaukee Brewers on Thursday night. Corbin Burns, the 2021 Cy Young Award winner for the Crew, was traded away last night to the Baltimore Orioles. In return, the Brewers getting shortstop prospect Joey Ortiz, left-handed reliever DL Hall, and the 34th pick in this year's MLB draft. General Manager Matt Arnold on the trade.
Anytime you trade a guy like Corbin, it's always a difficult decision. The overarching theme here is that we're excited about the players we're getting back.
Brewers pitchers and catchers set to report to Arizona on February 15th. Over to college hoops for the Wisconsin Badgers, who were once up 19 points, fall to the Huskers in Nebraska in overtime. This one by a final score of 80-72. The loss dropping the 6th-ranked Badgers to 16-5 on their season. And lastly, Packers general manager Brian Gutekunst conducted his end-of-the-season press conference on Thursday afternoon, saying he's excited to build around number 10 in Green Bay for the foreseeable future.
Jordan had a really good season, especially the second half, and I think we're really excited to build around him.
This sports update is brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. So as I'm scrolling through, Talking Text Line says, Dr. Ken, Joe Madison passed away yesterday. You know who Joe Madison is? So if you don't know who Joe Madison is, veteran talk show host and civil rights activist Joe Madison, the Black Eagle, passed away on Thursday, February 1st, after battling prostate cancer. He was 74. According to a statement from his family, Madison died peacefully at home, surrounded by family. Joe dedicated his life to fighting for all those who are undervalued, underestimated, and marginalized, the statement said. On air, he often posed the question, what are you going to do about it? Although he is no longer with us, we hope you will join us in answering that call by continuing to be proactive in the fight against injustice. The outpouring of prayers and support over the past few months lifted Joe's spirits and strengthened us as a family. We continue to ask for privacy as we gather together to support each other during this difficult time. So before embarking on his broadcast career, Madison was the youngest NAACP Detroit National Director at age 24. Attending college, Madison took a job at WXYZ Detroit. His career took him to WWDB Philadelphia and then to Washington, D.C., where he was the longtime morning host on WWRC until the station's demise in 1998. From there, he joined Crosstown WOL, where he served as program director and afternoon host. His show on WOL was syndicated by Reach Media and carried on Sirius XM. FM, really? Sirius XM. He moved to full-time to host mornings on Sirius XM's Urban View channel. I listened to him a lot, kind of switched back and forth between DT and Telly and Joe. So in June 2015, he broadcast live from Cuba, marking the first time. He was the first national American radio talk broadcast from the island nation in more than 50 years. In 2019, he was in the class of 2019 for the Radio Hall of Fame. Unfortunate. I mean, one of the premier talk show hosts throughout the country. Joe Madison was the voice of a generation. President Joe Biden posted on X, whether it was a hunger strike for voting rights or his advocacy for anti-lynching legislation that I was proud to sign in 2022. Joe fought hard against injustice. Jill's, and my thoughts are with his wife, Sherry, and the entire family. And so it's funny because I remember maybe a month ago, they were talking about they had heard from his daughter saying that he was doing good, that his cancer had come back, and that he was valiantly fighting it. And yesterday, he ended that fight. He passed away on Thursday, February 1st. So, wow, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. Talking Text Line says, you look back to remind you where you came from. I understand that. I'm talking about why we constantly look back and never really move forward because we're too busy looking at the past. Ask Sandra, are these black folks in jail innocent? Well, some are, some aren't. The majority of them are not. That's better say that. Wayne said, Dr. Ken, you absolutely have to use the term systemic when talking about, no, I don't, criminal justice in the black community. No, I don't. Just the comparison of length of sentence for the exact same crime is significantly higher than our white counterparts. If that isn't systemic, I don't know what it is. Then you don't know what it is because it's people that are doing it. The system itself, if you step back, look at the system and see it work, when it's supposed to work, it works great. And my great is like a 6 out of 10, right? When we use systemic, we remove the accountability and take the onus away from the people that are in the system that are gaming the system and using it against us. So when we say throw out the system, now we don't have anything to protect us. Now they get to do whatever they want to do, and there's no system to stop them. Right? So when you say you want to throw the baby out with the bathwater, that's fine, but recognize what it is you're going to get with it. Recognize that you know what you're going to get when you get rid of the system. Just like the people that say they want to get rid of what? Right? As it relates to voting, what do they want to get rid of? The Electoral College. Well, that's great. Your vote won't count then. And you can vote till you're blue in the face, and about 4 or 5 states with the biggest populations will tell you who your president is going to be every single time, and there's nothing you can do about it. But the system that then spreads those Electoral College votes around the country so that you have to get 212. Well, guess what? It's either 210 or 212. When you get them, then you can be president. Till then, everybody's vote counts. And that's a lot different from getting rid of an electoral college. And we always do that when we don't like something. Oh, it didn't work I thought it should work like this. My guy didn't win, so we're going to change this. No, we're not going to do that. Or my guy won and I want to make sure he stays in, so we're going to change it. Absolutely not. Eddie said, you know, Joe Madison is, don't you, Dr. Ken? Yeah, we talked about that. I know who Joe Madison is. Come on. And then if you're constantly looking back, the type of question, if you're constantly looking back, is like asking if a tree falls in the forest and no one is there, do you hear it? Does it make a sound? Just questions to help provoke the mind to think of solutions. Absolutely, Craig. Absolutely. I think, and if I'm going to use Sandra's example before we go to break, right? So if we got to come together to do it, we can't all be working on the same thing. Some of us have to work on different parts, and some of us have to work on different things in order to get stuff done. So somebody has to be looking forward in each of these: politics, education, whatever. Some people need to be looking and saying, hey, this happened in the past, so let's look at this so that we can make sure that doesn't happen again. I see us going down that path we need to correct. But if everybody's looking in one direction, you're going to get overtaken in another. So when we stopped teaching and kept talking about the fact that math is too hard for black kids, that's a problem. These are people that were in their 20s and teens that invented all these things at the turn of the century when slavery was only 30 years prior, 40 years prior. Think about that. When Jim Crow was running rampant, when they were killing black people in the South and the North, they invented things. And they were all mathematicians, engineers, all that. But we got that section of time between like the late 70s and the mid 2000s where we just kind of stopped doing stuff. We started taking, it seems to me, took the easy way. And we drifted away from, I mean, think about Hidden Colors and these black women that were mathematicians and engineers. And I mean, think about that. Didn't think twice about it, just did it because that was their strength. And now we actually complain about it. Now we've changed math to make it easier. Are these the people you want working for Boeing? Lockheed Martin? You know what I say? I say absolutely not.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. 1017 The Truth is now the proud home of Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference basketball. Tune in every week so you don't miss out on the classic rivalry game we all love, the high-flying dunks that leave us in awe, and the memorable moments where Milwaukee basketball legends are born. City Conference basketball on 1017 The Truth is sponsored by Milwaukee Public Schools, MPS proud, and presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
All insurance companies, they want to know where are your cars housed.
Right.
They want to know how far are you driving to get to and from work every day.
Mm-hmm.
They want to know all these different things for weather patterns. Are you living in northern Wisconsin or are you living down in Tornado Alley somewhere in Kentucky? These things make a difference as to how your insurance rates are formed. It needs you to be factual, and every single time somebody commits these different frauds, it all adds up and everybody ends up paying the price for it down the road.
Erie Insurance, providing the protection you need and the service you expect, all at a great price.
When it comes to getting the smile of your dreams, you can't just trust anyone. So look no further than Bubon Orthodontics. Bubon Orthodontics is Wisconsin's #1 Invisalign provider and has been providing the best value for braces and Invisalign since 1993. With 15 convenient locations, you're sure to find one in your area. Schedule your free consultation today. Call or text 262-522-7447 or visit bubonortho.com. Bubon Orthodontics, a family treating families.
At UW Credit Union, our home loans have everything you need for your next big step, including up to $750 off closing costs for all home buyers. And first-time buyers can save even more. So if you're ready to trade roomies for more room, or your townhome for an out-of-town home, UW Credit Union will be with you from start to furnished. UW Credit Union. Apply online today. Equal housing lender. Credit may be limited as required by program. Visit uwcu.org for details.
Truth Nation, it is Denise Thomas.
And Telly Hughes.
From Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. And guess what?
What is that, DT?
Our Truth fans can now watch and stream us live every day, Telly.
Wait a minute, Denise. Let me make sure I got this thing right. Our amazing and incredible Truth fans can go to 1017thetruth.com, click the Watch Live link, and watch me and you do our thing live from YouTube and Twitter every morning?
Yes, Telly, that is exactly right. So now they can watch you almost lose your black card every Friday during our Truth Telling Hits segment.
Come on now. You know I'm never losing my black card. But Truth Nation, you gotta tune into all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows, as you can not only listen live on the app, but you can also stream us live all day, every day by going to 1017thetruth.com and clicking the Watch Live link.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Last week, I had Mesmer Catholic School in Seton in as a guest, and I wanted to remind you that on February 13th from 5 to 9 at Mount Mary University, they're going to have Fat Tuesday, the feast before the fast. An evening of food, fun, comedy, and a chance to show your support for Mesmer Catholic Schools. And so if you want to check that out, go to mesmerschools.org/events, and you'll be able to get information on that. Also want to remind you the award-winning 1017 The Truth is the home of Milwaukee Panthers basketball. Oh, drives me crazy. Who writes this? Don't miss any of the hoops action. Shouldn't it be hoop action? Must be Friday. Listen to Panthers basketball on 1017 The Truth app, and all your favorite streaming platforms. Sunday, Panthers are back home this Sunday, the IUPUI Jaguars. Coverage begins at 1:30 with 2 p.m. tip-off. So what is IUPUI? Anybody know? It's Indiana University, Purdue University, Indiana. Why? Anyway. I just find that. I tell you. Ego causes people to do some strange things when they're joining and putting things together for whatever. Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. So I came across black one-hit wonders from the 1980s that are still as iconic as they are today. Ooh. Anyway. Let me see, will it? Okay. So I got some songs I want to play that I want to. Is it okay if I play them in here? Okay. I got some songs I want you to hear and see if you remember who the. No, it's not a prize or anything or something like that. It's just some really, really one-hit wonders. Anybody remember that? So Mama used to say. So that was one. This is a song that I absolutely, positively hate. Okay, that's enough. That's Electric Avenue by Eddie Grant. The song itself drives me crazy. Musical Youth, Past the Dutchie. I don't even know how that even sounded. What does that even sound like?
This generation.
Okay, we're done. Okay, go away. All right. In Deep. Last Night a DJ Saved My Life. Yeah, that's one of my cuts though. One Hit Wonder. Shannon, Let the Music Play. That's a pretty good song though. That was a pretty good song. I mean, that was a pretty good song. Right? I kind of like Shannon. Well, I like the song. The Weather Girls is Raining Men. Rockwell, It Feels Like Somebody's Watching Me. Where'd he even go? DeBarge, Rhythm of the Night. No, DeBarge was more than a one-hit wonder. Nah, we got to go past that. Eddie Murphy, Party All the Time. Yeah, he should stay away from yeah. Oren Jones, too. Timex Social Club, Rumors. Wow. These are songs y'all know nothing about, but they are great songs. Jermaine Stewart. Okay, I can't say that title. Don't say that one. Supersonic by JJ Fad. Bobby McFerrin, Don't Worry, Be Happy. I don't know if I'd call that a one-hit wonder. Don't Worry, Be Happy. I don't know. I don't think I would call that a one-hit wonder. I hate this song, by the way, because they just play it over and over and over and over to the point where people were telling, hey, don't worry, be happy. And it made you want to punch people in the face. You think?
Southbound 894, we've got some backups coming in from Greenfield.
It's Friday. It's Friday. It is. I think we popped off about everything that we needed to pop off about. And again, condolences to Sherry Madison and the family on the passing of Joe Madison, one of the absolute icons. I would say he's the most prolific black talk show host like ever. Talk radio will be dark because of the loss of Joe Madison. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Tori Lowe Show is coming up next. We got basketball coming up later. We got basketball on Sunday with UWM. Make sure you check it out right here on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Thank you, Rhea. Appreciate you. Who that guy? Who's the green? Who's the green grape? God bless. Take care. Have a great weekend.